Hi class, how you doing? Welcome to week 4. So I want to take a look at week 4. Just go through the overview. Basically we should be saying two things at this point into class. There's, are you following what we're putting at you in terms of looking at where you're at and where you want to be in your career? That's a big part of portfolio class. So you have to key yourself along that track. And then also the other part of portfolio class is going along the other track and cultivating your work until it's suitable for professional view. Okay, so go through this, and those of you who are getting to the point now, this last paragraph, those of you who are getting to the point now where you're saying, wow, this is ridiculous, man. There's a lot of work here. And you're exactly right. There is a lot of work here. And there should be, because this is a visual representation of what you are so far as a designer. You guys, I think you're doing good. You guys that are looking at the videos and looking at the examples that I'm putting forth, showing you and listening to my reasoning as to why this is a good example, why this is going to work, and as compared to something else that might be being done that is not going to work. And that's not something that I'm just randomly or, everything I'm suggesting to you guys throughout your portfolios is based on what I've been doing for the last 10 years in portfolio, teaching portfolio, and working very diligently with AIGA in portfolio review, student portfolio review. So I know what works and what doesn't work, and those of you who are listening, you're doing a good job. And what's more important than that is you're not just doing what I'm suggesting, you're understanding why. So that's why I'm saying I think you guys are listening, and that's really refreshing. That's good. So as long as it's making sense, we might as well just keep on doing what we're doing, right? So this is interesting, and I want you guys to read this. And again, this is this track where we're going to take a look at our actual career path and how and what do we have to do with designing that while we're still in school. Okay, so really read that, and that's your whole thing you've been working on, your self-inventory. How does it fit in? How do you as your own client fit into the job market? Okay, and then interpreting job descriptions. This is really super important, guys. And I would read this because you're going to get this, okay? A lot of you are going to be answering ads, which is great. That's how you network. And I'm going to tell you something. I work with people that I've interviewed before, and I've kept their number, and I've used them as a freelancer, or actually even gotten people who have applied jobs with my firm. I've gotten them jobs with other firms. So it's really important to get out there. And what this is basically saying is yes, get out there, but don't waste your time. Separate the BS from the legit. And that's so important in graphic design, as it is in any job hunt, I suppose. You really have to look at the end, decipher which is the BS and which is legit. And that's what this is about here, dealing with ambiguous job descriptions, dealing with overly specific job descriptions. Ambiguous job descriptions are pretty easy. You just have to be able to read through the language, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And then this, dealing with overly specific job descriptions, that's just saying, hey, don't ever count anything out. Don't ever count any job description out, or don't ever count yourself out of an interview or throwing an application in, applying for a job, because you don't think you meet the specifications. Okay, sometimes they do that on purpose. Yes, they play a lot of tricks. So do interviewers, and we'll get to that next week. But as far as this goes, dealing with ambiguous job descriptions, kind of want to move a little bit more here, and I'm sorry, I'm going to change gears for a second, but I want to get back to this, okay? And we'll get back to this in just 1 second, all right? So let's move. This is good information for you guys, cover letter. Read this information. read this cover letter, building the cover letter, the resume and types of resume, and self-portrait leave behind presentations. It's going to be very, very obvious this week who reads the lectures and who doesn't. So save yourself, a repost or whatever the case may be, but it's simple reading and it's actually, I think it's fascinating. Okay, so moving over here to job opportunity analysis and response, we're going to do an exercise called diagramming, and that goes directly back to what we were talking about right here, where I said I was going to get back to talking about dealing with ambiguous job descriptions. So what we're going to do is take a look at this. We're going to take a look at a job ad, and we're going to do what's called diagramming. And if you follow this formula, it's really fail-proof. But really pay attention to how this is done. Don't try to take shortcuts because it won't work. So what you want to do is pick an ad out of a classified. And, well, you read through this, and you're just going to pick an employment ad in a local publication, and you're going to analyze the ad. And what you're going to do is you're going to scan the ad, and you're going to show it, and you're going to just point out things. After reading this week's lectures, you're going to point out things that may be giving little hints here and there as to what they're really looking for, what they're really saying. Okay? And it's a fun exercise. And once you get the hang of it, you're going, oh, okay, I get it now. They're being kind of sneaky. And yes, they are. So keep that in mind. It's fun. And I want to show you what to do. You're going to take this ad, you're going to pick your ad, and you're going to do what's called diagramming. And I want you to look at this example. I'm going to show it right here. So I'm going to open this up, and this is the diagramming exercise. And it's a PDF, but I'm not going to download it. I'm just going to reduce the size so we can see what's going on here. Read the whole thing. Basically, what you have is it follows perfectly this formula here of below each keyword, each phrase description, add a statement which reflects your opportunity to apply the personal knowledge, experience, and skills, talents you have. And then finally, below the reflection statement, propose one or more strategies. Okay, so here's an example. Okay, here you get the language. You find the language. Small company could indicate position with greater responsibility. Yes. So then you go over here, and the second part is what? Below each keyword, key phrase, to add a statement that reflects your opportunity. So this would be an opportunity statement. My perfect job would be one that allows me to take leadership of design and do a wide variety of tasks. Okay. So what this student has done is it identified the company based on some of the keywords in this little tiny ad, and also identified how he or she is able to fit into that role. Okay, and then the strategy. How do I do this? What do I do? Do I take, in this particular case, carry pieces in my portfolio that show diversity and skill and experience? Well, of course. But that's just one example. There are some more really good, really detailed. This is a great one. They're all, read through it and you'll see exactly what I mean. And think about it. Think about what you're reading. Okay, you're reading the key phrase. Then you're going to your opportunity statement. Okay, and then you're going to your strategy. So key phrase, opportunity statement, strategy. Key phrase, opportunity statement, strategy. Okay, so I want you to color code yours like that. So you'll be fine. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of that because I spent enough time on that. Let's go to week 4, assignment 2. Monday, January 11th. Oh, wait a second. I forgot something. Excuse me. You're going to take that ad right there. And then when you're done, you're going to develop your first draft of your cover letter. Okay. Please read the lectures before you even attempt this, because otherwise you're just spinning your wheels, I promise. Week 4, assignment 2. This would be okay, that would be from week 3 steps. Oh, you're gonna start developing the pages. Remember the background pages that we looked at last week. You're gonna start developing those, and then I'm over 10 minutes, so I gotta hustle. And then your assignment for this week is this week 4 portfolio stuff. So if we go over and to that portfolio audit form and look up week 4, here we are. We see that we have a digital graphics design, 2 examples, and well, package design, but most of you are digital design, so you don't have that, right? So digital graphics design, but if you go over here, you'll take a look at and see that in digital graphics design, that's the 5B, folks. In digital graphics design, you're gonna have choose 2 of the following, okay, and then read through that. Okay, and that's it. All right, guys, everyone's doing awesome. Get with me. You guys are being really good about asking questions and emailing. By the way, if you have questions that are pertinent to the class, ask them within class, because I'm getting like duplicate emails from students asking the same questions. Okay, no big deal. Thanks, guys. I will see you in class.